everyone, welcome to my channel, and as usual here is another video, and today we are going to focus about the part 2. That is the part 2 of the DS-260. Yesterday or the other day we did the part 1, and that was the personal information, but now we are going to focus about the parent information and something to do with the previous travel. So guys, if you are new to this channel, make sure to click that subscribe button and the like and the notification bell, and if you have some question, drop them on the comment section. And without much ado, let's jump to the video right away. So guys, welcome back, and today we are going to focus on the part 2. The part 2 is about the family information, that is the parents page or the parents information. And without much ado, let's start away. When you get into this page, the information they require from you is about the parents, where your parents are, both of them, whether they are alive, whether they are not, just their information. And if you are not sure, you just click on the I don't know button. So let's go ahead and start with the, you say, family information, that is parents. Note, please provide the following information concerning your biological parents. If you are adopted, please provide the following information on your adoptive parents. So if you have a father, you just have to come here and put his surname, followed by using the surname of your father, followed by the given names. And if at all you're not sure, you can click on that do not know. The same here, the date of birth and all that. If you are not sure, click on the do not know. Then you come the place of birth where your parents were born, and if you are not sure still, you can come and click the do not know. But if you are sure, just go ahead and click as they are requesting. Then they go ahead and ask you about one question here: is your father still alive? It's either yes or no. So if it's yes, you click the yes button. If it's no, you have to click on the no button, and you proceed. Now it's about your mother's address. So the surname of your mother, that is her parents' name, the surname, then given names, and as the same as the father's section. If you're not sure, you go ahead on clicking you don't know, but if you're sure, just continue and fill them. There is no problem with that. Then the same question: is your mother still alive? It's either yes or no. So you have to check either of the buttons. Then you proceed. Then this is the final, like how it looks. So you have to click. If you don't know, you say you have to just click I don't know, you don't know, you don't know. There's no problem with that. You can go ahead for both of them, and we are done with the parents information. And the next will be about spouse. If you're married, if it's your husband or it's your wife, you also need to fill his details, his information, and all the address, just same as the parents information. So you come and you start right away. So family information, but now we talk about the spouse. So note here, please provide the following information on your current spouse. That is, if you are married or you have a wife and all that. But if you are not, this part you just keep it or you just leave it. So if you are married, you come current spouse, the current one. If you have some previous one, you still have a section to fill about them, but here you are just requested about the current spouse. So the surname of the current spouse, given names. Of course, this one there is no option like you don't know. You must know the names and all that because you have her or him. So fill the dates if applicable. Then the city. If you don't know, as usual, you can click I don't know, those things. Then the country, of course, where is she? You can be abroad but your wife is at home, so you can get the relation. If you are away in a foreign country and your spouse is back at home country, you have to feel that she's the country in which she or he is. So the address, you go clicking and all that. Occupation, is she employed? If she is employed, you highlight the down arrow and it will give you some selection. You have to choose from it. So there's this key part. If you claim that you have a spouse, you must have evidence, like the marriage certificates and all that. So for this, they go ahead and request about the date and place of marriage. Yeah, because it's your spouse, so you must have been married and all that. So which date were you people married? Okay, which date did you get married? So the day, you have to check on the day, the month, and also the year. You have to fill on that. The city in which you took them. Okay, the marriage took place. Even if it's like the government, marriage issues, customary marriage, you have to include it, the date and all that, the city where it took place, the province. If not possible, you can click on the do not apply. Then the region. Okay, were you married in your home country, a foreign country, wherever that country where the marriage took place? You have to go and select the check down arrow and check the country. The next question, is your spouse migrating to the US with you? Okay, are you going with her right now, or she is going to follow you back after some days or some months or years? You have to select is either yes or no. Is your spouse migrating to the US at a later date of join? Yeah, actually one of these you have to choose. If it's no, then this one will be yes, or maybe you might decide that she will not follow you, but it's up to you. That question is quite wide open. So as you can see here, this is a sample. Again, another sample here. You have just to fill everything. And just this is now the full, you see. If you have to fill the country is there, occupation, you have to, you have to specify. There are a lot of suggestions here. You have to specify about it. Then you go to previous spouse. Maybe you might have been married sometimes back, and maybe you divorced or something like that. That now is the previous spouse. Maybe somebody you married and something happened that you are not together anymore, you are with another one. So the previous also information you have to provide. Note, please provide the following information on all your previous spouses in those, even those that are deceased, maybe like the death issues and all that stuff. So my first question, do you have any previous spouses? If it's yes, you have to provide. If it's no, you just proceed with the next process. So here is an example of if you have clicked yes, you see number of spouses. You might have maybe like 5. It depends, or either one. If you have to select here the number of them, though the previous and ex-wives and or ex-husbands. So you have to fill their names, surnames, given names, date of birth, their full information, just like any other detail about information about somebody and address. Then followed by how was your marriage terminated? Yeah, because it was a spouse, he or she was your partner. How did you end up? How was it terminated? How did you end your relationship? And here you have to select. Example, you can just check, there are a lot of selection here, you choose one. Then where marriage was, okay, the country in which the marriage was terminated, the divorce took place in which country, you have also to select there, and you continue. Now from that we get to another section about the family information, but now it's about children. But for you guys who are not married, this one is not part of you. This is for a couple who are together and maybe have children, somebody who had some spouse. That's why we are following on this. So we get to this part about the children. So note, family information. Now we concern about the children. Note, the Immigration and the Nationality Act (INA) does not allow directive status to family members or immigrant relatives. For example, IR, those also classification are immediate relative visa categories. The petitioner must file separate immediate relative petitioner for a spouse, each child, and each parent. Okay, no problem with that. So do you have any, okay, the first question of automatically, do you have children? You can be a couple or married but you still don't have children. So the first question, do you have children? It's either yes or no. If you say no, there's nothing more to add, you just proceed to the next step. But if you say yes, you have to fill the answers, or you have to fill the children information. Yeah, for example here, do you have any children? Then you click on yes, and once you click on yes, they go ahead and request about the number of children. So if they are 1, 2, 3, you have to fill here, and if you don't have, you didn't have to say yes. So you start again from child 1, the name, full information again, anything you feel about somebody here, you have to give detail, full detail, like you see, first child, surname, given names, date of birth and everything, place of birth. If you're not sure, the country, okay, the place of birth, that is the city. If you're not sure, go ahead and click you don't know. Province, if you're not sure, still does not apply. And the country, of course, this one you must be sure, because if at all they were born, of course they are born in a country, and you must be sure of this. Then you continue on another question. Does the child live with you? Yeah, this is this is a broad topic, because you might be married with children, but they live maybe with another person, like the grandparents or something like that, or she's not with you at that moment. So does the child live with you? If it's yes, you just proceed, but if it's no, you have to add some more questions. So the next question, is the child migrating to the US with you? Okay, do you intend to migrate together, or she will join, or the child will join you on a later date? You have also to check on that. Then you have to, if you have had other children, like if you feel like 2, 3 children, then you have to come here and add the second child. Now repeat the same procedure for all the number of children. So if there are 5, you have to do it 5 times for each child, one it for each child. And to add on that, I think we can still join the one more topic on this video. That is the part 2 of the video, and that is about, it's very short, it's about the previous US travel information page. For this is very short. Have you ever been to the US before? It's either yes or no. If it's yes, okay, let's start it right away here. So note, you see, previous US in travel information. So note, provide the following previous US travel information. Provide complete and accurate information to all questions and require any explanation. So with this, it's very simple. It's have you ever been in the US before? You see, for now you're applying for the US. If you're still in the US, you have to say yes. But if you have never been to US in your whole life, you just have to click no, and done, it's done. Next, have you ever been issued a US visa? If you have never been to US, so even you have never received a visa, so it's absolutely a no, but it all depends. Then, for example, okay, another question, have you ever been refused a US visa? Being refused admission to the United States, or withdrawn your application for admission at the port of entry. By this means you have applied for a US visa but denied or refused, or else you had applied for a visa, received the visa, traveled to the United States, but when you reach on the entry of the United States, you are refused. Sometimes it happens, like they check your everything and they are like, no, some mistake had happened, you are not supposed to be here, and you are taken back home. So has this ever happened to you? If yes, you have to explain ahead. If no, you click on the no button and we continue. Then they will take you to the next page. But for an example, for somebody who has ever traveled to the United States, now here you just come to and click on yes. Have you ever been to the US? Yes. Then they continue with another question. Were you issued an alien registration number by the Department of Homeland Security? So if you are there, then you know it better. It's either yes. Okay, you have to provide the information, the day you arrived, length of stay. If you stayed for a month, years, you have to add. And if you have several, you have been to US several times, like 3 or something, you have to click on and add another. So you have to fill the number of times you have been to the US, and that's all. Then another question, have you ever been issued a US visa? Of course, if you are in the United States sometimes back, you had a visa, so you have to click yes. Then provide the following information on your last US visit. The last US visit you had, you have to state the date visa was issued. The date that you are issued with the visa, day, month, and year. Then you classify the type of visa. Was it a visit visa? Was it a student? Education. All those you have to specify it here. But if you're not sure, also click do not know if you are not sure. Then the visa number. If you are not sure, you just click do not know. Then there is another question that always come up. Have any of your US visas ever been lost or stolen? Yeah, when you are there, was it stolen or what happened, or has something like that ever happened? So it's yes or no. Have any of your US visas ever been cancelled or revoked? Was it revoked? That's the reason you went back home, or was it cancelled or something like that? You have to explain for that. Have you ever been refused a visa, been refused admission to the United States, or withdrawn from application? Or this is what we are talking about. If you went to the United States, just landed there and your visa was refused or was revoked and you are sent back home, it's yes, it's yes. If no, most of the cases it's a no, and you click on your answer. Then with that, I think that is done, and we are pretty done with that. And the next video I'm going to make here is about work, education, and training information. So guys, see you in the next video. Make sure to click the subscribe button, like button, and drop your question on the comment section. Thank you for watching.